Hello third grade, we're continuing with math today with equivalent fractions. So again, what are equivalent fractions? They have the same value even though they may look different. So they might have different numbers, but the same area is being shaded. So here we have a half is shaded, and it's the same as 2/4 and 4/8. It's the same amount, but they have different numerators and they have different denominators. So why are equivalent fractions the same? Well, they're the same because when you multiply or divide the top number and the bottom number, the numerator and denominator, they have the same value. So 2/5 is equivalent to 4/10 because if you multiply the top by 2, 2 times 2 is 4, and then you multiply the bottom by 2 as well, 5 times 2 is 10, that's how you know that they're equal. It's going to be the same area, they're just going to have different numbers. So in here, when we look at equivalent fractions, we see this is divided into thirds, and 2/3 is the same. And if we draw the line down, we see this is divided into 15 equal parts, 1/15. So here we see 2/3 is equal to 10/15. So we can also do this by multiplying the top number by 5. 2 times 5 is 10. 3 times 5 is 15. Same over here, we can see 1/5 and the 15th. 2/5 equals 6/15. So we see the number go down here. So if we multiply the top by 3, 2 times 3 is 6. 5 times 3 is 15. And we're not going to watch this video, but we're going to continue looking. So when we look at this, are these equivalent fractions? Is the same amount of space colored in? Well, yes, and then we can see it by looking at it, but we can also double check by multiplying the top and bottom number by the same thing. So our numerator here is 3, our numerator here is 6. To get to 6, 3 times what gives us 6? We can skip count, 3, 6. 3 times 2 gives us 6. So let's check the denominator. We're going to multiply the top by 2 and the bottom by 2. 4 times 2 is 8. And the numerator here is 8, so we know that they are equivalent because we can multiply the top and bottom by 2 to give us 6 and 8. So in summary, equivalent fractions have the same value even though they might look different. You can make equivalent fractions by multiplying or dividing both the numerator and the denominator by the same number. And that's how we can double check our answers to see if they're equivalent fractions. So what we're going to be doing today is finding the value that make these fractions equal. So here I have 1/2 and they gave us the denominator of 6. So since we're moving to a bigger number, we're going to be multiplying. So 2 times what gets us to 6? We can double check by skip counting by 2's and see when we get to 6. 2, 4, 6. So we know 2 times 3 equals 6. So since we multiplied the bottom number by 3, now we have to do it to the top. So we want to multiply 1 times 3, which gives us 3. So 3/6 equals 1/2. And we got it. So let's try another one as well. But we're going to try one where we're using division. So we're going to go to a different one. All right, so here we're working from a bigger number going to a smaller number. So now we're going to be using division. So the first thing we want to see is look at what they've given us. They've given us the denominator. They gave us the denominator. So 8 divided by what gets us to 4? Well, 8 divided by 2 gives us to 4. They cut it in half. So then we have to divide 2 divided by 2 gives us 1. Because whatever we divide the bottom by, we have to divide the top by, which would be 1. Awesome. So let's do one more together. Now, they're both blank. So which missing value makes these fractions equal? Sorry, they are not both blank. For some reason, I thought the 2 was a question mark. They're giving us, we have to figure out the denominator. And again, we're working with division because they gave us the numerator, 4 and 2, so we're going to a smaller number. So 4 divided by what gets us to 2? Well, 4 divided by 2 gives us the answer 2. So if we divided the numerator by 2, we also have to divide the denominator by 2. So 8 divided by 2 gives us 4. And we can also double check our answer. So if we divided these by 2, we should be able to multiply these by 2 to get the answer. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So we can always double check our answer by switching it. So have fun, and remember to keep, if you have a piece of paper and a pencil, write out your multiplication and division. If it helps, write out your skip counting as well, or use your fingers, and have fun. And I'll see you tomorrow, which is Friday. Bye, third grade.